We mentioned that Denver coming into this game, 5-game winning streak, what have they been doing really well? Well, in addition to Russell Wilson, they were turning people over. Kansas City had 5 turnovers. Bills had 3. Vikings had 4. Last week, the Browns had 3. CJ Stroud protects the football very well. And we said that's what it would come down to. Can they make the rookie make mistakes? Which generally he hasn't this year. And when Denver turns it over 3 times, they're playing much better football, but they're not good enough to overcome 3 turnovers, especially against a playoff caliber team like the Texans. So today you sort of finally saw the reality come back for Denver a little bit, in that you're not going to turn everyone over 3+ times a game. And when you do it yourself, it's very hard to win. But Russell Wilson still looks really good to me. This is a tough Texans team, tough place to go into Houston and win on the road, even though there were a ton of Broncos fans. The crowd was, honestly, maybe even pro-Denver. Yeah. But Russell Wilson, I still think he's moving around way better right now than he was earlier in the season, and definitely better than last year. Broncos, it's a really tough loss because you get down to the 8-yard line, you want to punch it in and win that game, feel like you steal one from Houston. But I look ahead at what they have coming up. If you can just try and get a win at the Chargers and at the Lions, and then after that, it's Pats hosting the Chargers and at the Raiders. I still am pretty confident that they could sneak in, given with how Pittsburgh and Cleveland and Indianapolis look.
I mean, it's gonna be hard. It's so jumbled up there, and I'd probably say that they lose to the Lions. They probably lose in LA, but you never know. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, they played a decent football game today for the most part. Like Russ, a little scramble there on the 4th down, he used his legs pretty well, and it's a game that they very well could have won. They first and goal from the 8-yard line at the end, despite turning the ball over.
Probably should have won at the end.
Yeah, despite turning the ball over twice prior. Just the turnaround as a whole for this team after being 0-3, losing by 50 points, and we're talking about the blowing it all up and having the number 1 pick, and what do you do now? Like, I think this turnaround, I think this goes back to Ziggy's prediction on Sean Payton's Coach of the Year. I mean, it might be coming to fruition, but the most impressive rock bottom to improvement that I've seen in a long time from this team.
All I'm saying is Broncos playoff picture is officially over.
Oh, come on, really?
Look, you can run the numbers. You know, I pulled up the old New York Times playoff simulator this morning to see how it goes. Losing this game makes it extremely difficult. Like, we're talking less than 10%. They're going to have to win at the Chargers and win at the Lions, I think, to have even a coin flip chance of making the playoffs.
Why?
Like you said, Jack.
Who are you that confident in, Ziggy? Who's ahead?
Here's the thing. They're 6-6. There are so many teams in that AFC picture that have leads over them or are better teams. They've still got a difficult enough schedule. I'm not confident that this Broncos team is going to. If you can't beat the Texans, I'm not confident that you're going to win at Detroit. I'm not confident that you're going to beat the Chargers 2 times.
The Chargers game next week is, if they lose that one, because I don't see them beating Detroit on the road either. If they beat the Chargers, I do think they'll find their way in. If they lose that one, then there's still a lot of games left.
The Chargers, that's a beatable team too.
Oh, yeah, for most people,
for sure. Yeah, like most people should be able to beat the Chargers.
They're another weird team though, where you catch them on the wrong day and you can't stop
and
them.
They can light you up.
Yeah, but the Denver offense, and they've been better, but I don't know if they can get in a shootout.
Look, what do you finish? You think 9-8?
What are they right now? 6-6. I mean, 9-8. Yeah, that would be the finish. Does that get into the AFC?
I don't know. Maybe they're right on the cusp.
I mean, Buffalo's sitting here. We've said it before. Buffalo's sitting here very quietly. They need to get one of these tough wins, and they have a really difficult schedule going forward. But they're the one team that I don't want. If I'm an AFC division winner, I mean, how much would that suck for the Dolphins to have to play the Bills?
The Bills, yeah.
That'd be miserable. But yeah, I look at Denver.
They finally get to play the Bills at home.
Yeah, they do get the Bills
in an important game.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking
here.
The
excuse from Zach when they lose that game.